that you've been a professional chef, award-winning entrepreneur, a restaurateur. You've never had your own olive oil until now.
Well, I've tasted olive oil from literally all over the world, from Greece, from Italy, from Spain, absolutely everywhere. I went to do an episode of my show, Field Trip, where I go and source out the best ingredients in the world. I went to an olive grove in Australia called Cobram. It was the greatest tasting oil I've ever tasted, and I've collaborated with them. We've put together this incredible olive oil. Look at this gift box, by the way. Here it is, you guys. Now, they started the olive company in Australia. They've expanded to California. So we have an Aussie, sorry, this is the Aussie and this is the Californian, both single origin, right? So we know exactly all the traceability of where the olives come from. Every single olive that's harvested, the thing that you don't think about with olive oil, it's a fruit juice. Olive is a fruit, and their juice is the oil, right? You need to harvest it as fast as possible. It's guaranteed that between 4 and 6 hours, every single olive that's picked at Cobram is harvested within 4 to 6 hours.
Wow.
And that is the freshness, and that's how you get all of that beautiful flavour. The dark bottles ensure that it doesn't oxidize and it keeps that incredible flavour. I'm going to pop that back down and leave that right there. Let me show you the colour, because the colour is everything. This is just a normal olive oil, right? Have a look at the colour of that. You can barely even see it. And then let me show you...
like olive oil from the grocery store?
Yep, exactly. This is the Californian. Have a look at that colour. And then let me show you the Aussie. Now, by the way, if you can see the screw top here, we give you the screw top lid. Let me just see, when I take that off, see how that just popped out? I'll show you again. Every time you lift the lid, pop, out it comes. So we've done that so you can just pour as if you're in a restaurant, because this is like so gorgeous and so wonderful. You don't want to waste a single drop. Come on over and have a taste.
Okay.
Now, the Californian has a little bit of a peppery note, but they're both so smooth. Oh my goodness. So delicious. It's a finishing oil, extra virgin. Isn't that good?
That's so good.
It has like a little sort of floral citrus to it. This is the Aussie. Okay. Now the Aussie has a little sweet note to it. It's luscious, it's rich, it's smooth. It's extra virgin. What that means is first pressed.
That is so good.
It's never been heated. Now, of course, if you heat the olives during that harvest process, what happens is you get a bigger yield, but you damage the oil. It's more volatile. Doesn't taste the same. You lose that gorgeous big orange colour, and that's why I'm just pouring it over a little hummus here. That's why we call that extra virgin. The flavour of this, you guys, is just unbelievable.
I think I'll park myself right by the olive oil. I hope you're getting a chance to order these. These have been so popular. You get two. You get one of each, and they're on a very amazing sale price now, $49.95. They're big 17-ounce bottles, 500 mLs. We have it on FlexPay. We have this on free shipping. And this is all hand-selected by you. What should we look for in an olive oil, or what are we not getting when we go to the grocery store?
Well, what you want is you want it to be harvested really quickly. That's super important, and that's how you maintain all of that wonderful flavour. So you're seeing the olive grove right here in Australia. You're seeing how it's picked and then, of course, pressed. That happens within 4 to 6 hours. That way you get all of the incredible flavours. You get that medium intensity. It's crisp, it's fruity, it's floral. It's incredibly well balanced. And the best part of all is we're getting it to you in an incredibly quick process, right? So this is a bit like a wine. It's a vintage. Now, have a look at the colour of this. I'm just pouring a little bit over my crab cakes here. Now, of course, I don't cook with olive oil because I use my Durapans and I don't need to. But what I do is I finish my food with oil for its flavour, right? So even a piece of fish like this, I would always just give a little drizzle, just like that, of the olive oil around the outside.
Can I try one of those crab cakes? These are coming up, by the way. The crab cakes are finally
they're so
back in stock. They're coming up next hour, and they're so flaky, and they're so yummy, and they've got big, giant lump pieces of crab.
Maybe you want to do something like a no mayonnaise potato salad.
Those
Isn't
are
that
so
great?
good.
They're so delicious.
Oh,
Now
they're so good.
I'm pouring some of this is the Australian, so this has that little bit of sweetness because I'm going to do it with a potato. So just go ahead, pour that in, give that a mix. I've got some onions, I've got some capers, I've got some dill, I've got a little bit of mustard. You make that as kind of a dressing. So you're making your own vinaigrettes when you've got great quality finishing oil or extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to pour that over my potatoes. You want to stay away from the saturated fats, so less mayonnaise, less pressed butter, and of course olive oil, very, very natural. Like I said before.
Like the Mediterranean diet.
Absolutely.
It all starts with olive oil.
Yeah, if you look at all the blue zones, they've got a couple of things in common, and one of them is olive oil. They all have a lot of beautiful extra virgin olive oil because it's just so good for you. Even over a steak.
We're really busy. This is brand new. You have not tasted anything yet if you've not experienced Curtis Stone's very first olive oil. It's extra virgin olive oil. It's cold pressed olive oil. You get the color, you get the flavor, you get the freshness. It gets a beautiful gift box.
Look at the gift box.
You could send that to Mom for Mother's Day.
Oh, what a great idea.
Dad for
a gift
Father's
for Mum.
Day.
Absolutely. By the way, this is guaranteed to arrive before then. Free shipping and handling. You can see that beautiful box, right? I'll show you all the details of the box because we really just think this is such a special product. Now, if we were selling this at a grocery store, of course, we'd be selling it to the grocery store for this price. They'd then double it.
Right.
So you'd be paying $100 at least.
It'd be like $50 bottles of olive oil. By the way, a lot of you are doing this on auto ship, which is a great idea because if you love olive oil like I do and you want it, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you want it as the beautiful element to add to your healthy meals at home, say yes to auto ship. You can secure that price and the free shipping going forward, so that's gonna come in handy. Also, I know a lot of you are brand new to HSN.
Right.
So they cannot find this olive oil anywhere else.
This is the only place it's sold anywhere in the world, right? So we developed it with Cobram. They are extremely excited about it. The two guys that started it, two Aussie dudes, they've done so well for themselves because their product is so brilliant. Now check this out. I've done a little chimichurri. That's a little red wine vinegar, a little bit of fresh herb, and then some of that gorgeous olive oil. You stick that on the side of your steak. I tell you what, there's a massive trend going around right now. It's olive oil and ice cream. Have you heard of it? Vanilla ice cream. You just can't believe it until you've tasted it. Now, I'd use the Australian one for this. That's the gold label. You see the two labels, one gold, one more yellow. So go for the Aussie because it has a bit more of a sweet note to it. Just pour just a little drizzle over the top. This is actually quite common in Italy, by the way. And then you hit it with just a little sea salt. Just like that.
Wow.
Come on in.
Okay.
Taste that.
Now I need spoons. Oh, here's some spoons.
So good. And it's really unexpected, you know, but the flavor of it is really fabulous. Isn't that crazy?
That's actually really good. That is so good. I was.
But you get the citrus notes, that tiny bit of pepper that goes so well with the ice cream.
This is actually delicious.
Isn't it? It really is.
You know how sometimes something sweet and salty kind of go together?
Yeah, of course. It's Nancy Silverton who just did Chef's Table. She's got this incredible restaurant. I had it for the first time with her, and she was like, in Italy we do this a lot. And I was like, really? And then I was like, okay.
But you could never do that with an inferior olive oil, right?
Be terrible.
It would
yeah.
This is why you have to have really good olive oil.
You do.
To put it over ice cream. So are most of the olive oils that we buy at the grocery store, are they blends?
They're either blends or they're what's called a pomace oil, which means that the oil's been heated during the harvest process, right? And that's how they can do it cheap because it's been heated and you lose all the flavor, right? Because it's actually not, it's not a virgin oil. Let me just go ahead and, I'm using my shears here to cut just a little basil.
So when they're heated, they lose the flavor.
You lose that flavor, you lose the color. It's why an oil ends up more like this. That could also just be from an inferior olive, right? And if you're blending olives, and what normally happens with an olive oil is there's all these different farms dumping their olives in this one place.
Sure.
They all get pressed and then they all get blended. And those olives could have been a day old or a week old. You just don't know. And they do turn rancid kind of quickly. Would you drink orange juice that was a week old? No.
No.
You want those oranges squeezed as quickly as you can. Same deal with the olive oil.
By the way, if you want the auto ship, how many are left now in auto ship? It's going very quickly. I think we only have a few hundred left.
Oh, yeah.
How many? In auto ship, we have like 100?
Oh, wow.
500. 500 left now in auto ship. This is such a great gift idea. You know someone who loves olive oil. You know someone who loves, this is like, to me, a classic summer dish. Just a mozzarella tomato salad. This is one of my favorite things to order at a restaurant. Do you know why food always tastes better in Italy? It's because of the olive oil, right? Everything tastes better when you're right there at the source. And so why not let an internationally renowned award-winning chef, he's not going to put his name on it unless it meets his very high standards.
So good. Now we have a little video of my brother and I actually wandering through the olive grove. And it's such a beautiful place. You just can't quite believe where you are. It's gorgeous. And these trees are looked after like babies. They're harvested. There's a variety of different olive varieties that they grow, so that it's kind of like blending a wine. You don't want to just use one grape varietal usually. You want to use different, but you still want that traceability. You want to know exactly where all of those olives come from. Now, that's the farm in Australia. They also have the farm here now in California, which is just up in Northern California. And this olive oil, you guys, what a gift for Mum.
Saying true to your roots, a little bit of Australia, a little bit of California.
My favourite two places.
And we love Curtis Stone wherever he is, but if you